I first met Marty Coyne in 1975 when he was playing in a local tennis tournament here at the university. I asked him at the time if he would like to attend Bloomsburg and play a little tennis for us. It appeared as though he could be half decent.
The first time I met Coach Marty Coyne was probably on my interview at Bloomsburg University for the Director of Athletics position, and it was back in 2011. When I was fortunate enough to get the job, Marty became a very trusted colleague, an ally, and someone who would help me frame a lot of what coming into the Bloomsburg community was about.
I first met Coach Coyne when I was a senior in high school. I'd gone to a tennis tournament that my dad was playing in, and I was babysitting my niece at the time. He came up to me, expressed that his granddaughter was the same age as my niece. So we kind of started talking about that, started talking about tennis. Told him that I was interested in playing college tennis, but Bloomsburg wasn't even on my college radar. He gave me a personal tour of the university with my parents and I, so we walked around, and at that moment I knew that Bloomsburg is the place I wanted to call my home for the next 4 years, and I knew that he was the person that I wanted to call my coach for the next 4 years.
I first knew Marty when he was a student athlete here, because I believe he started I think he began maybe in 1983. So at that time I was still coaching, and he was one of the prominent players on our men's tennis team. And our men's tennis team historically had been one of the premier programs, not only in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference, but certainly nationally.
Coach Coyne has a lasting legacy. First, the tennis program itself. As a player, as a member of our Hall of Fame, as a student athlete, and then also obviously coaching for the last multiple years, probably too many to count. However, he's done a huge service to this university, but also to the student athletes that he's served. He's taken young men and young women and developed them into talented and professional individuals. And that goes a long way, whether it's academics, whether it's personal, whether it's professional, but he really has made a lasting impression on all of those student athletes as well as other coaches. He's considered the dean of coaches for many in the PSAC as well as throughout the region.
Coach has always been there for us. He knows so much about tennis. He's been playing tennis, at least from what we think is as long as anyone can remember. So he knows a lot about tennis, and he's taught us a lot about just being a good player too, whether it's being a good teammate, being a good captain, being respectful to your opponents. He's taught us so many different aspects of the game, but it's not just tennis.
Marty is an individual who literally bleeds maroon and gold. And it was his dream, I believe, from the time he stepped foot on this campus to come back and be part of the Bloomsburg community.
For example, the big event we're never able to attend because of it being during our season. So we always have a team building activity where we go on the river and we go clean up a little island that's over there. So that's just one of the many ways that Coach involves us. He also involves the college students as well as us as student athletes to go up to the Special Olympics and be a part of that. And that's something that he's created here at Bloomsburg, and he's really proud of that.
Through the years, he's established many things. I know he's very active in the community with regards to the youth tennis program down at the town park. It was even during my tenure that the opportunity created itself. Some monies were made available, and then Marty took the program over and has expanded it even to this day.
I think back to the flood in 2011, and I think the person who got the most miles on their car in an area where you couldn't drive around was Coach Coyne. He was constantly a visible presence. He was somebody that you could see, that you would know, that gave you comfort, gave you someone to talk to. And he's always had that impact and always had that ability to make you feel comfortable, make you feel special. But on the reverse side, somebody that you could count on as well.
It took his time, his talent, and his personality to achieve all the things that he had done. At this time, I'd like to congratulate Marty for receiving the Alumni Distinguished Service Award. Martin, congratulations.
There is probably no one more deserving of this award than you. From the very first time we met, which I remember so well, when you came for an interview for this position, with your green polyester suit and your cowboy boots, and even to this day, I think people would most recognize you for your Panama hat and now flying your drones around. But your commitment to this university and the job you've done heading up both the men's and the women's program and being supportive of all of the programs at the university. You're probably one of the few coaches that can be seen at nearly every athletic event as well as every other activity that's going on in the community. And I wish you well in your retirement, and you are so very well deserving of this award from the alumni. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the best coach I've ever had. Any honor you receive is well deserved. I couldn't be happier to be a part of your last few years of Bloomsburg tennis, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. You've had such a positive impact on this university and on the community, and you will really be missed.
Coach Coyne, you've left a remarkable impact not only on our student athletes, on the university, on your fellow tennis players and tennis teams, but the one thing that I will say to you, obviously to you and your family, is good luck with your retirement. However, I hope your fashion sense soon changes.